So our next one is number 189. Did Jesus ask God to save him from crucifixion?
Matthew, it seems like he prayed. He prayed about that, right?
I mean, I think it's one of the important points that is told in during the Easter time.
So, what are the passages for this one?
So, the Matthew 26, Mark 14, and Luke 22 supposedly all contradict John 12. So, obviously, the Matthew, Mark, and Luke ones are when Jesus is in the Garden of Gethsemane and he goes with the disciples to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to his disciples, "Sit over here while I go over and pray." That's where he says, if you can save me from this work, then let the cup pass from my lips.
Right.
John 12:27 says, "Now my soul is troubled. What shall I say? Father, save me from this hour. But for this purpose I have come to this hour." Is supposedly what it contradicts. So, did he ask God to save him from crucifixion? Well, it says, Lyle says that it's a failure to read the text carefully. Jesus was willing to die and do his Father's will, and we see that in chapter 26 of Matthew. He asked if it were possible, that if there were any other way to accomplish salvation, if the Father was willing, that he might be spared from crucifixion. Since there wasn't, and it was destined before the foundation of the world, he went willingly. And so we see that when Judas comes and takes the temple guards and lays hold of him, he doesn't resist. Even though disciples and Peter cut off the ear of one of the guards, Jesus heals it and goes with them, and is confident in his action. But it's important to understand why Jesus is asking this too, because this is every sin that has ever been committed resting upon him, and here he's starting to experience what that work means. So it's not. I've heard critics say, "Oh, this is just, why is Jesus so scared here? Because he's just going to go take a 3-day vacation and be good." Well, yeah, that's nice and flippant for those who want to spit in God's face, but we definitely don't have a true understanding of what our sin does to God. This is a physical representation, so much so that Jesus Christ's blood in the garden. So he's under immense stress.
Right. So he's praying, if it were possible. Clearly, it wasn't possible. Right. And so because he had to die for the sins of the world. Right.